Schroeder said that he just didn't see the need for it. He did not put it in the letter, but he told me that he never found any discrepancies in my office. And two, it's 11 months out of the year, so he just didn't feel the need.
Who said that, Schroeder?
Schroeder. So he wrote that letter to ask you all how you all wanted to deal with that.
What do they charge for that?
It would be $7,000 to do that. And that's why he said he just did not see the need.
What do y'all think?
Well, here, in a matter of months, we're gonna have the whole picture instead of the 11-month picture, are we not?
Yeah.
Just don't fool with it. Discrepancy, we're gonna find out about it later.
We haven't got the money anyway.
Excuse me. Oh, goodness.
Well, the other thing I have is a resolution for the predictable fee schedule that raises the cost of a recording from $65 to $68. I had a cost study done, and that goes into effect January 1st, because e-filing for recordings will go into effect at that point. And I need,
So the fee is currently 65.
yes, it's gonna go up to 68.
Okay. And January 1st, e-filing
Yes,
starts.
e-filing starts.
Can you-
For e-recording,
Is it mandatory or what?
yes, it is.
State?
Yep.
So how does that process work? Just kind of explain what you mean. So if someone comes in and files something now, we have all the
Well,
capabilities.
they can still come in and file them like that, but the e-recording is done over the internet,
Okay.
through email.
Okay. We have all that set up to do. Are we already
No.
doing it now?
No,
Okay.
no, COT system. As I said, I don't know who's gonna be left, so.
So how does it work? Like, is there like a company a person calls, or how do you get it set up, or is there a program, or how do you do that?
It would be through COT system, the one that has the recording system over there.
Okay. You just start the e-filing through that?
Yeah. So, I mean, do I have a motion to accept that?
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, I'll second that. That's to raise that fee to $68. right?
Yes.
Okay.
How much that'll make a difference, you know?
How many recordings do you do a month? I mean, plus 30.
I know some days we do 20 plus a day.
Really?
Yeah,
So it's $60.
yeah.
Well,
A day.
the cost will be turned around and ate up by what we're doing. Eating up.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
On that study you did you look at any other fees to
No.
change? Just that one on?
Just that one, that was $1,000 just to do that one.
Okay. And who did that for us?
Bellwether.
Beth?
Yeah, all the information is on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we wanted more cost studies done,
That he will do them, but it's, he told me once, seems like it's 7,000, 8,000, something like that, to do cost study just on my office,
that's on every fee.
and on every fee in the office.
Okay.
Big D on these?
It seems like I asked you all about that once before, and you all wasn't for it.
I thought we'd upped that fee before.
We did. From 45 to 65.
Yep, that was per town. This is mandatory through the state.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did that to get that GIS and everything.
yeah.
Get more money in.
shocked it wasn't more than $3.
Dalton Jones. Who is that Dalton Jones? Believe me,
Oh. Tim Boy. Worked for Donald Martin.
yep, I figured that's,
I bet that's good.
but that's who it is. Hard to get in trouble when you've got somebody to pay your attorney fees and everything.
Yeah.
So is he saying you have 2,051 documents a year? Like in this little formula he used on the back page? Total number of
Yeah,
documents?
probably, on the year that he studied, yes. But like I say, it varies, but some days we have over 20. That's why you really need a recorder in there.
Jason, why don't you talk to, Josh up there? I talked to Josh about 2 weeks ago about that pair of walls. I said, Josh, what's the problem? He said, well, with the election and all, he said, we just haven't got around to find that one. And,
Is it the judge's?
well, there's a discrepancy. The judge said she needs a contract. He says that that woman that Jackson fired, she never had one. So they don't want, I don't know what the big deal is about giving her a contract.
Well, from what I understand, there's no past practice in other counties that have.
Well, I mean, why don't they take it up with Williamson? Why just let sit there?
Well, he must not be, he wants to keep his hands clean.
Who?
Williamson must be, he's waiting for Cord to
I think
get
they're
his
all,
hands dirty, I
I think
guess.
they're all waiting on court to make a decision on that.
Cause we
Oh,
did, we,
the judge.
yeah, we were,
Okay.
so.
But I mean, it's costing us.
Which one will that
money
be?
in the meantime.
1st of December or January?
We'll be getting sworn in here in a couple of weeks, but, it's costing us a lot of money as taxpayers.
Yeah.
because,
Seems so.
Ridiculous.
There was like 5 or 6 of them in there today. That's it.
Yeah.
Half the people I know, it's, their names on there. They can afford it themselves.
Where was Bowman mowing at here?
Is that
The
now
Blue
the
House,
one?
maybe?
Yeah, Blue House, he mows that house across from Banterra, or Annexville.
When we gonna do something about that?
I don't know.
Here coming up pretty soon, you guys have an opportunity to do that, won't you?
Yeah.
December, right?
1st of December. You can find someone to tear it down for free. You anybody?
I've done a lot of free.
On accident, huh?
Yeah.
You do one for it?
Not a lot, but some. Well, now, what, you got me confused, what's the 1st of December, got 2 weeks?
That's that
That's
3-year
our
window.
anniversary.
Oh, you mean before we get rid of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sell, sell, sell.
Have we had anybody look at it, Jason?
I was told we had one person inquire about it, but they wanted to put a bank there for Kentucky and it didn't happen. Any other one there?
Well, the last one, see the court system and then we have one.
Yeah.
There's extra holidays that the court system, I think, gets, Christmas Eve, then the courthouse.
No, the courthouse gets the Christmas Eve and the court doesn't.
Oh, okay.
That's the way that works.
Now, why, do they have court on
Because the
Christmas
treasurer
Eve?
put it in their contract that they get Christmas Eve.
Hmm.
And my girls go by the treasurer's contract.
Why don't you do
because they wanted Christmas Eve.
That's something that we have to negotiate next time.
Yeah. It's in their contract.
We apparently, the board voted to
Yep.
approve that. I'm surprised the circuit clerk gets it. If the court system's in, she's gonna have to be open.
Yeah, she's open, yeah,
But
she
it
has
says
to be
here-
there.
It says in parentheses, it was in the circuit.
Well,
court.
this is because it's, yeah, it should be, but she's talking about this here. This here. Circuit clerk doesn't actually have a contract because they're not union.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know who put that, who typed that in there. because
Lynn did, but
It
it's,
says,
it
the
should
circuit
be-
clerk
she
should
don't
be
have
on
a
there.
contract, no.
Yeah.
Well, what, is your office union, Juanita?
Yes. It is now.
Okay.
How are y'all a union if you don't have an agreement with the county board? I don't understand how that works.
They don't have to have an agreement with the county board.
Really?
No. They
They're
can join
paying-
the union anytime they want to.
They're paying union dues out of their
Yes,
check?
they are.
So
Yeah.
like, it's out of their payroll check
Yeah,
now?
should be able, it wouldn't be out of this one, it would have been out of the first one.
Also, only take it out once a month?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Juanita, did they have some kind of disagreement, or why did they join?
To protect their job, because administration is changing.
Can I speak? Can I speak? Because Juanita thinks that I'm gonna fire everybody in that office, which is totally untrue. Why would I do that?
No, it's not that I think, it's they read it on Facebook,
Who,
and
who put that on Facebook?
they
and where?
said you did. And they
That-
joined the union because of that, because I think the words were, replace everybody with friendlier people.
No, I was referring to you, actually. So, I'm not replacing anybody. It was never put on Facebook. You misinterpreted my,
Pam Windhorst said that she saw it.
okay.
Yeah.
You misinterpreted my article in the paper during the
No.
primary election.
No, I didn't misinterpret your article.
Right.
But
That's what I have to
anyway,
say.
they joined the union to protect their jobs. So it really doesn't matter why they did it. I had nothing to do with that. It was their decision.
Well, now, the low person still has no protection, do they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
What if she said she doesn't?
And you're letting Gina go at the end of this month.
Because I'm paying her out of recording and filing, and there isn't enough money. I only promised her through November 30th.
And then you also just said that that's why we need a recorder.
Exactly, and it is. They cut my budget so bad at the beginning of the year, I had to let my recorder go. But they weren't union at that time, and she didn't know how to do accounting, so my accountant was more important than my recorder. Because Lynn and I could do the recording, but it's so much that you just couldn't keep up with it. And I found out that I could take my recording and filing fund and pay somebody part-time, because that's all the money I had. And
Okay.
that is going to end.
What do y'all think on these holidays? Y'all good with it?
I guess it's all right. It's the same as last year.
Yeah, it is.
What day of the
And
week
any-
is Christmas? I think they would be working.
Wednesday next year, it looks like.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna read the whole paper out.
Yeah, they read that far right column.
The bottom right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll
What
be-
day's Good Friday?
I would say Friday. Tell Jason. I make a motion to accept the holiday calendars for 2019.
Thank you.
I would second that motion if we need a second.
I do.
ROE's out of, we can take that out of courthouse renovation. Wouldn't be courthouse remodel, would it?
ROE
Yeah, I did.
He cleaned the gutters and said he patched the.
out there.
Yeah.
We can't take that out of the courthouse, nothing though.
No. Is there, I don't know, if y'all look if there's any kind of line item in their budget, and I don't have it in front of me. Under ROE's budget.
Well, yeah, we can find that.
It'd be under their old budget, they're 18.
We'll just, leave it till next week, and maybe we can find out.
This,
Pretty reasonable.
this discussion on IT and phone network, that is, something I was wanting to bring up. Let's see here. Make sure I got this
Would that be IT for the whole courthouse, or?
right. That's what I would like to do, I was gonna see
I
what.
think so, what we had in mind.
Yeah. What's his name? It works with,
Thompson.
it was just in, is it Chris? What's his first name?
Blue Hawk.
Huh, that's Chris, okay. Anyway, Chris, had contacted me a while back and didn't know if we'd be interested in hiring him on a trial basis to do IT in the phone network. So what he had suggested was he would do it for $15 an hour, which is considerably a lot cheaper than
On his time off.
on his time off than other people. And he would do it for a couple months and to see if the office holders are pleased with the work he does. And if they are, then we will continue to try to use him. But, like if you have problems in your office with computers or printers or things like that, he will come and repair it. And then he would just charge us $15 an hour for his time. And then
It's reasonable.
and then if we have issues with Comcast, with our phone network system, I told him he would be the point person, so if for some reason someone has an issue with their phone, they would call Chris, and Chris has the contact number for Comcast, the account numbers, and he would meet the technician with Comcast to make sure everything's a smooth transition. That way we have one person that's in charge of all that. What do y'all think on that? Think it's fair enough? Now, the issue will be, what account will we bill it out of? I think we should bill it out of each individual office for the rest of this year if something happens. And then we can look at commissioners putting a line item in for a certain amount of money if we want. You know, I don't know. The problem is the commissioners, we don't really have the authority to tell each office holder who to call. I mean, it's up to them because they're elected officials. But if we put it in our budget, if we have that, they would be more willing to use it because that's money coming out of their budget.
Well, you know, if it's good, I don't see a problem.
Yeah.
The only thing with most of the offices
Yeah.
is our copiers and our printers are leased.
Right.
So we have people that,
He's not supposed to be messing up.
Right.
Our guy wouldn't.
yeah.
But like, you know, when you use John Long,
Yeah.
there's other people where we're spending a couple $100 on a trip. You know, I was looking here, it's, you know, some other ones, you know, he could just hopefully save us some money.
Yeah.
We can try it, like he said, if it doesn't work out, you know, it just doesn't work out. We can try it for a couple months. So if you all are good with it, he's gonna go around and put his, give his phone number to all the offices, so if they have a problem, they contact him. That'll work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll try that. It's just getting to the point where it seems like, you know, we're just getting bills and bills from different offices working on stuff.
Tell me something.
Morning. Go ahead, Gerald.
Is Gary gonna make the phone bill around here? Gary, Dean?
I don't know, he had mentioned it, but I don't think he.
Well,
I
you
mean,
know,
how can he do that?
I don't know what it's like, I don't know.
Like
I'd have to
that,
ask him.
decorated up.
I mean,
Yeah, the
it
most
wouldn't be a
people,
budget item for his office.
people pay a lot of money for something.
Yeah, I'm just taking it and
So
dividing it
we
out.
probably paid a lot of money for something that looks like that.
Jeremy, you're not on the budget.
Short
On the,
sleeves?
on the
Yeah, it's
agenda.
modern.
I'm supposed to
Blue
be.
blazes in here.
I don't see them.
10:30.
discussions of where the phones was, IT was on there or something.
Oh, well,
I think you were on there last week.
no, I just sent you an email like Wednesday or something saying,
I didn't get it.
Out.
all right.
You're ousted.
I can come back later. That's fine.
Be that way, huh?
You didn't bring no cookies either.
Yeah, that's the major issue there.
What? Did you bring that credit card?
Oh, yeah.
You always.
Oh, you
get one
want,
with
you
me.
don't want real money? Okay, yeah.
No, we want lunch is what we
Oh,
want.
well, we can do that too. Let's see.
Give me a couple weeks, I might take you up on
Got all props out?
that. I do.
Now, last thing I got from you was November 13th.
Yeah, November 13th says 10:30. What was the date?
Oh, you were on at 10:30 a.m., huh? No, that's on November 12th. I sent you
Let's
that.
see here.
And we did have you on there for,
The
You-
13th, I don't think he was on
You
there.
know what the problem is? You,
No, 13th was a Tuesday.
you have made Lynn mad, and she erased you.
Oh, well,
yeah,
That
you've
would-
been on
wouldn't be
here
the
for-
first one I made mad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It don't
I
matter,
don't know
you're
what
here
happened,
now.
because
All that
I
matters
did
is
tell her, and
you
she
have
said 10:30.
graced us with your presence.
That's all right, all right. We're not taking any action anyway, so
Just tell us how much good money he saves.
I'm just, short sleeves, I mean, come on.
Close that window.
Are you serious? It's about 85 in here. Dadgum. If I had a short-
Everybody else
if
said
I had a
here's
t-shirt,
long
if I had a
sleeves.
t-shirt on, I'd be in short sleeve too.
All right, so here. Here's a month by month. thing. The new windows do look nice, guys.
Gerald got mad for the chair at that one.
I seen that.
Those are bulletproof, right? Yeah. It wasn't chair-proof. It said something, screaming something about the damn health insurance.
You're gonna miss this place, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is just a plan cost summary by month for 2018. Run through October, and then they went ahead and annualized it. You're actually tracking to spend less this year than last year, so that's good. You were about 680,000 last year. We're coming in about 650. So, for whatever reason, he didn't put the prescription drug rebate in there. But that, I think, is you guys get that, but it's a discount on your prescription drug costs through Script Care.
So we don't get the checks back rebate. I thought
It's not
originally
a
we did.
check. No, we've never.
Never did.
Script Care does it differently than what Express Scripts does. So, and it comes off of your bill. It's a credit to your bill. So that's why that's not listed in there, but, you know, everything looks fairly well. We did have one, individual meet the stop loss, to the tune of about 40,000. So we're still a couple of months for that to come in if there's any more. So, and I don't know, I think there was one or two that may be iffy whether they hit the stop loss or not. Depending on what
Is their stop loss 30 or 35?
it is currently 35. So. Just the right amount. So this is the renewal. Currently, we're showing 64 employees on the plan total. Admin is $27.50, PPO network, which is hopefully $8. We got a administration fee agreement through 12/31 of '20, and currently we're using Symetra. We're at a 35,000, no lasers. Medical and RX is covered. We're showing 61 currently at 307.04. Total annual premium is 224,753. Aggregate is on 64 folks. And we've got 2 renewals for you. Keep the current stop loss at 35. It's a 3% increase total, or 6,742.60 for the year. So you're talking what, 500 and something dollars.
Yeah, 500 and some change.
Yeah, aggregate is staying the same. If you wanna not pay the 3% increase, we can bump it from 35 to 37.50. And actually, if you take that increase, like if you were fully insured, like with Blue Cross, the increase would be less than 1%.
What was the amount that we were at Blue Cross when you first started? It's like $500,000?
Yeah, I'd have to look back. I think we were at, it was somewhere between 550 and 6, I believe.
It's been probably 7 or 8 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've done a pretty good job at keeping this fairly in line. You know, if you were fully insured, that thing would have went up.
All would be over $1 million, wouldn't it?
Well, probably 900,000. I might not give you $1 million yet, but.
Give us some material to read over.
That's fine, look it over.
See all we got.
If you got any questions, let me know. And I'll see if I can come up with that. I've got a comparison there that I showed you, I think last year, on where we were and what we spent every year since. So,
Gerald, how's he doing for you? All your bills taken care of?
Yeah.
Anything you need to get on to him about?
Yes, no, since I had been on him at one time.
Yeah.
The doctor was supposed to cut me off.
Yeah.
You were the tow or what?
Everything. They wouldn't, I said, I went in, up there, y'all to sign out. She said, is there something wrong? I said, no. Said that they hadn't paid me for 6 months. I said, well, I'll take care of it. So that's when I called her. Maybe Jason called me. And they took care of it right away and never, no other problems.
good.
So just oversight, I guess.
Big toes taken care of.
They just basically trying to screw you into paying.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I've got a chainsaw at home, just give me a holler, I can help you.
On my toes.
Yeah.
Well, I've got Jason's aunt or somebody. She grinds them off for me. Is that your aunt or what? Cousin or somebody?
No, it's Chastity's aunt.
Oh, it is? Oh,
It's
Trudy.
Trudy.
Oh, Trudy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Trudy. And,
Have to give her a face shield.
but I got the big one.
Yeah.
No?
Is that one of those industrial grinders or something?
Well, see, I was going.
Diamond bit?
Yeah. So I was going up here to Henderson. He was tearing you up, I know.
Oh, I thought that was, well, where
And then
you
I-
seeing her at?
I'm just paying her out of my pocket. Trying to take care of you.
Huh.
I got the scissors. I bought me a big pair of them. I don't know.
Hoof clippers?
She's
Yeah,
pretty,
right.
that's why he's going to her.
Huh?
She's pretty, that's why he's going.
I'll tell you, that woman can do anything.
Yeah.
She does my laundry, does your toes.
Really? Yeah, that's right.
Good woman.
Yeah, everything's good, Jeremy.
You seen the city today?
Well, of course, he went there first.
No.
You don't have to do the
same.
same. We're the second phone with you, I know what you mean.
No, not even planning to go there, why?
I thought we're the second phone.
No, you guys are the ones I come to see.
Oh, here it goes.
You gonna run for mayor?
No.
Come on.
No, I'm not. I live in the county.
Oh.
No. I think there's 3 or 4 people that's running. I heard.
I'm not even,
Who will run it?
I don't know. I just-
Oh, come on.
I don't.
Michelle could have told us.
Yeah.
For the mayor.
Yeah.
He's here for
They cut it short.
Yeah,
Canada.
he's not in this next election.
Gonna hang it up.
Jeff's living in town, then maybe you could run better.
Watch what you say.
You may do it.
You just never know what I'm going for.
So yeah, if you guys wanna look that over, you want me to come back next Tuesday, or what works best for
You
you?
want him to wait till Brugger's in? And-
I would like to.
Okay. So I guess the first week of December.
Okay.
In the meantime, we'll make sure that Jeff gets a copy of this.
Anytime better for you, Jeremy?
Oh, 10:30 works. So the 4th, is that
Uh-huh.
what you're looking at?
That plan now.
Ten AM, you gotta let me know.
I'll put you down for 10.
Okay. I'm not taking-
I won't be here, but she'll get you on there. Hopefully she don't forget you again, like she did this time.
That's fine, no big deal. Life's too short to get too concerned about stuff.
Amen.
Possibly have them call.
Okay.
Jeremy, did you go hay bale up this summer?
Yeah, I did. I could have done a third cutting and I didn't.
You better hope the winter goes well.
First cutting was really well.
Well, that don't mean the winter ain't gonna be bad.
Well,
You gotta make hay when you can.
that's right, that is true.
True. Good thing you got an insurance gig, you'd never make it a farmer.
Well, I'll try a little harder maybe, but no, I like doing it, it's fun. I don't typically take phone calls when I'm doing that, but I have.
So it breaks down, then it's not much fun.
Oh, I'll tell you what, no, it's not. That just irritates the hell out
I
of me.
know.
What breaks down?
The baler, I've got 2, and both the damn things broke down last year. In fact, one
I
of
ain't
them
never
just-
had a baler break down on me.
You must have brand new stuff
They don't have a
I ain't ever on a baler.
there. That makes sense, so. But, it is what it is, so. But the horses gotta eat, so.
How many horses you got?
Way too damn many. I think we're up to, what is it? 5 horses, a Shetland pony, and 2 donkeys.
Would you buy a Clydesdale?
No. Those will eat twice what a normal horse will eat.
See, if he'd been out making his hay like he should have been, he could have had one.
Yeah.
That guy gave those buggy rides around here,
Mhm.
carried right. He sold all those Belgians.
Oh.
He's got one Clydesdale left. And I feel sorry for them. I go by there and they'll just be standing out there in the field and everybody goes by, they'll just watch them.
Because he's missing his buddies.
Yeah. It's lonesome.
get on that rascal and ride him out there to Upper Salem Road, right there before going to the railroad tracks. There's some people with some horses there. You can just go nip in out there.
Oh, Pearl?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this is not a great big one. The ones that you see on the beer wagon,
Yeah,
it has
those are
a
big
great
dudes,
big
yeah.
teeth. This one. It's Bruger's grandfather's got, no, his dad. His dad, Milton. And that the other commissioner, I mean,
Well, what's his name?
Jeff
Jeff
Bruger.
Burger.
Any relation to Rodney?
Brother.
I won't hold that against him.
No.
Yeah, we want to see fire, didn't we, on the insurance?
Yeah, he was, yeah, he's retired now, but, yeah. I know Rodney pretty good,
Yeah.
so. All right, well, hey, I'll get out of here. I got a
All right.
couple of people I'm gonna talk to while I'm here, and then
We'll get you over out back and whatever.
I'll be back
Yeah.
on the 3rd, so.
That'd be a good time to be. Third.
The 4th? Okay. Sure. So, yeah, just let me know, we'll do that.
Those are just notes, because there wasn't a quorum.
Okay, it's the week before.
It's the week before
Yeah,
that I
was
need you to
fine.
read.
Yep.
Okay.
Good morning, how are you guys?
How are you?
Pretty good. It's been busy.
Yes, it
It's
has.
good, yeah.
What? Thank you.
Nice to have some sunshine back.
Is it roof still leaking upstairs?
Yeah. I appreciate you guys coming in and.
Did he come and work on you?
I don't know. Jamie's supposed to keep me updated, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, I mean,
She hasn't said that he has.
His wife called and said that he had fixed it.
Oh,
or
okay.
Worked on it.
Okay, well, I'm headed there as soon as I leave here, so
Okay.
I'll get an update and let you guys know.
All we had, I took him up in the attic up there,
Uh-huh.
and you could see where it had dripped down on the ceiling. From
Tiles. Mhm.
up there, and that's all he had to go by. It's from the attic.
Mhm.
I mean, he couldn't, I don't think he found any hole up there, but I guess he just figured out where it was falling, why, that's where he patched.
Okay.
And then, of course, we looked at the front end too, you know, it's leaking water or something up there.
Mhm.
I don't know if he worked on that or not, but
I'll get
can
an
find
update
out.
on that and let
But
you
you
know.
can ask, she should know.
Yeah, she's
And-
staying on top of that building. and
I'll,
she-
I'll
That's good,
get-
she's the one in there.
I'll get him back if he
Okay,
if he didn't fix it.
good. Okay, so.
Come on.
Oh,
How are you? Never thought this was weird.
so I replaced you.
You have all that. You can't replace me.
How are you this
I'm
morning?
good. How are you? Oh. Hey.
Need some sunshine. Well, light. Good light. I don't have sunshine today. Okay, so, the board report, quarter one. Stay busy. Summertime is usually a really busy time for licensure, as you can kind of see here. But we're trying to get teachers into the classroom and getting our ducks in a row with licensure and so forth.
Is it the fingerprinting, is that for the bus drivers?
It's for everybody, so it's anyone who needs fingerprinting done, we can do that for them. But yes, bus drivers, teachers, substitute teachers, I know we do others, it's not just education related,
Right.
we can do others, as long as it can be a digital scan. If it has to be an actual fingerprint, we don't do those. Let's see here.
So homeless students, there's what, 18 that was at Massac that was identified?
Yes. And that's just for this first quarter, of course, right as school begins. And then, once we start getting the liaisons to the trainings, understanding more along the lines of what those definitions are, homeless. Because most people might think of homeless means they're camped out on the sidewalk, that's not necessarily what it means. So once the information and training starts going out, which that starts this month, yeah, we will,
Williamson
actually,
County and
I
Franklin
started.
has a bunch of them.
do.
I think,
It's not great. Let's see, truancy, we, oh, shoot, I didn't update that. Let's see, we haven't had any, well, on the board of trustees, we haven't had any, annexation attachments. We just, the law changed, and so it's a lot more difficult to get those approved. Truancy, you know, again, it's first quarter, so we're just getting started, but, Colton Foster, he's down here in Massac County, and, he's been doing a great job making communication with the schools, and they're pleased with what he's doing and following up. The Safe School, right here in Massac, what were we at? I think we're still right at 10-ish, 10, 11, and that does vary. Health, life, safety, you know, those are getting done on a regular basis. As of September 30th, we've just done a few. Professional development, that's where the biggest change is. We used to have a grant from the state, Foundational Services, and it provided the money to the ROE to disseminate professional development for free to all educators in our counties. That is no longer a grant that we're receiving. And so it's been changed through the states. Now, it's being disseminated to the schools based on a report card designation, because I'm not quite aware of that. The state has changed everything based on the evidence-based funding formula. It's how we're getting money into the schools. And so instead of giving the ROE the money to disseminate professional development based on surveys we take from the schools as to what they think they need, now the school districts are getting that money directly, and then they have to then pay us, or whoever we choose, or whoever we get to provide that professional development. So they have more local control of their money to do exactly what they want to do with it, and then we try to facilitate that for them. Let's see, we've not been doing any compliance. That doesn't start until the spring. We're still running the Community Prevention Resource Program. It's a grant, of course, and it only covers Franklin and Saline County schools. I think there's something very similar, but it's in Johnson County. But we don't manage that one. Then we have the Franklin County Regional Delivery System, which is offering the CTE programs to the Franklin County schools. Again, that's another grant that was written by those schools, and we facilitate that. It's going really well. Let's see. Anyway. And then just what I've been up to. What kind of questions would you like?
I was just reading on the proposed budget,
Yeah, I know. That's what I get to. I agree.
unless they got some questions on this other stuff. So you're looking at our responsibility next year, the upcoming budget's what, 32,182?
Yes, up just a bit.
I seen in here that, what, you gave a raise overall 2%?
I did. So they haven't had a raise for over 2 years, and so I gave it 2%, which averaged out to about 39 cents an hour. And I did that because Williamson County talked about how they don't give over a certain amount per hour. So they give their employees raises per hour, so that's why I factored that back, just to kind of see where we were with that. So about 39 cents an hour. In addition to that, we restructured one of our secretary positions into an administrative assistant position, which has the description of having more responsibility, we're noticing that we needed to hire someone with a better capacity to do more, a lot more responsibility, other than just maybe answering the phone and taking notes. We're needing someone we're training this person to start developing and pushing out just professional development, maybe the graphic organizers, emails, keeping all of that interaction and correspondence up to date. We're working on marketing and PR with that person, trying to disseminate information that the RLE is doing in a number of media realms, rather than just word of mouth.
So what's the salary for this person?
Well, when I initially made this, it was for $32,000, plus benefits, because we required certain things for this person. Since then, some things have changed, and I'm re-looking at this at a $25,000 salary plus benefits. And I have a meeting with the larger county tomorrow, and if that budget gets approved, then I will resubmit a revised budget to you, which will be lower.
You hiring this person out of Williamson County?
Yes, it is. She works in our Marion office, and her capacity is going to be, much more professional rather than, so we're going to have her working on professional development. She's working in licensure, also learning how to do all the uploads with the state, being that interaction with the state. And the reason for this is Mandy Horn, who's the assistant regional superintendent, those were all of her responsibilities. It's difficult to maintain what her previous job was, plus trying to take on some of the assistant regional superintendent responsibilities, which she really hasn't had the opportunity to do because she's still trying to run the professional development, the licensure, the fingerprinting, all of the management that she was doing in her previous position. And so this person is working with her to learn all of that capacity, so then frees her up to do some other things. So
I mean, you're saying the overall budget just went up by 31,000,
yes.
but it could possibly come down to 7,000.
It could, I think it was like 7,400, but I think it would potentially come down, and it would just be that 32,000. The others are set like that with the 2% raise, and where is that? Okay, so here, NASAC. I think in the most recent budget that I pulled, it's about I'm thinking 2,000, maybe a $2,500 increase for your county. And tomorrow afternoon I will email you the updated. I hope tomorrow afternoon I know.
Because in the years past, our budget was running around 29,000, 28,000. It's showing on this page.
Yes, and you'll notice from 15, 16 to 17, 18, it even went down some, but again, that was the factor of no raises, putting a freeze on things, as well as benefits. Those factors, they change from year to year. So those were factors in that. My goal here with the new administrative assistant is to try to build the capacity within this one person to offset hiring other people. We're trying to get as much done with this little staff as possible, and in order to get good quality staff that I'm hoping that this way, in the long term, it's less money. Does that That's the goal. Okay. When do you guys do your budget passing?
Working
The
on it.
final? Okay. I just wondered, everybody's different.
Right.
So,
You can email us.
I will. I'll get you that updated as soon as,
As soon as it happens.
yes, do you have to have yours approved by November 30th as well? No, okay. So then, Williamson County does, and of course, they're the higher, but there's no, like.
If you wanna hire any of those people from Massac, we would appreciate it.
Well,
I think we got some qualified people.
I don't doubt that, but do they want to drive an hour to work every day?
Well, you can interview them and ask them.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did put it out. It was in, on our website, our Facebook page, it was on the IASA Job Bank, the Secretary of Job Bank, and the newspaper. And I think we got three applications.
I want to know where you get some quality help for $25,000 a year.
Yeah. So, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Hard to come by, isn't it?
Really is, and it really is. And, you know, it takes time when you do hire somebody new. It takes a lot of time and effort and patience to really mold somebody, to teach them to be the employee that you want them to be. And if they're willing to learn and can learn, it's fantastic. And it, you know, it may take quite a bit of time initially, but in the long run, it certainly pays off. But not everybody wants to come in and work from the second you hit that door till the time you leave.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that we found someone good. If we didn't, then
Start over.
you said it, not me.
All right,
Any other
thank you.
questions? All right, I will talk with Jamie at Twin Headed now and see
Yeah.
kind of where we're at with that, and I'll send you an email.
Okay.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great day.
You too. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Whoever says. Young rascals. This hotel goes crazy.
What was that glass for? Did y'all give it? Is there a window bus? Forgot.
3.
Three.
Yeah, jail.
By an inmate?
Juveniles, we were holding. There's restitution orders on them, but chances of us giving any money at them are slim to none.
What's your tool? Sure, so that, what's his name, was contacted him again, has he talked to you? Yeah, you were talking about earlier,
Charlie.
Charlie?
Charlie Rich.
I haven't talked to Charlie in a couple months.
I hadn't either, but he's resurfaced, unfortunately.
Any hot items?
He has some radios, I think. I don't know, he talks so fast, but he wants $1,700. I think he's wanting to give to the high school or something. Yeah, for emergency. He says there's gonna be an earthquake in January. You know, maybe,
So you're gonna need it pretty quick.
yeah,
Or the hand radios?
yeah, that's what the pan, yeah, that's what they're. business, I guess. He's wanting me to go to Springfield and get my stuff. Spend the night with him.
Danny's been looking, he said there's not a whole
I'm
lot
glad I
of
ain't got a
website.
little boy.
Really?
I'm still looking for like a track of it, but it's
He's-
not cheap enough.
He's, I think he got 2 or 3 vehicles and 2 or 3 generators. He's one that sells the generator for the courthouse, $2,000.
Heck, we didn't have money to put a generator up, did we?
No.
They had a free one.
We can't afford free stuff.
He's gonna come, I think it's next week, maybe today, but I think it's next week. He's gonna come and talk to us. It's fun.
He bought it.
won't-
He bought it on a county auction.
It won't, the one he's looking at won't run the courthouse completely. Just parts of it.
You have to have 150 kW.
I forget what he said this one was. What size have you got over there?
100.
Will it do your
It'll do my,
jail?
most of the building, it won't do all of it.
You know, I really can't say whether we need it. I mean, how long has our power been off? In 20 years, I think, maybe a day or 2.
During an ice storm.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was off 10 days. But, I mean, the city's gonna get storm right away. Now, it may be outside the city. What the trouble would be.
I think I can go spend about $12,000-15,000 to get that hooked up over there.
I can't remember, it was very pricey.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't run for some reason for a while, would it?
And I had to basically take all the injectors out and
Clean
clean
them.
them. It's set for a while.
Well, you know, unless you start it once a month or so, you'll probably have trouble with it. Get all clogged up. But I knew you'd want to know all about that.
Let me know how it turns out.
Okay.
You think we're gonna carry over much this year?
I don't know, I haven't really looked at it yet to see.
You mean into your 19 budget? Probably not as much in your, as we have, has it? I mean,
That's a lot lower than I think.
that's what I was
Last
gonna
year
say.
was like 68.
Yeah, I mean, the page is short.
Yeah.
It's just Ted, cut in front of him, you do it every time, same old trouble. Oh, and
Just one bill.
get them bills paid. She says, can you pay this, can you pay this? Ted's like, I'll just go back here to this back porch.
This is for the winter conference, which is in December. We have to get it in the mail.
That's the Christmas program y'all go to or what?
I don't know. We need to get it in the mail. Can you?
So that's just how you do. I always have to pay for mine and you get reimbursed. So I just bring invoice over. and
But you
pay.
gotta make sure somebody else is sitting there.
Okay. I'm using my money.
Only the messenger, Ted. So if we could get it today, that would be awesome. Yes, no, maybe?
Talk to these guys, I ain't in charge, I'm just clunky. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. You too.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
That's about all I got.
Thank you.
Take care.
Jason, did you ever find out anything on the front bill?
We're just gonna have to separate it like I did last month until everybody moves back into this building. It's the way Comcast is gonna set it for us.
Well, how was it last month? I don't remember.
I wrote it all down, I gave it to Christina.
You did give it to Chrissy, I think.
Yeah. Go over it again.
No, if she's got it, then that's all I
I'll
know.
get you the picture of it.
tapes in there. isn't it? Sounds tough.
Things get moved around at election time.
No big.
That property, out there about a month ago, we was talking about.
Bones. Lloyd, come on now.
Oh, okay.
We're empty.
Did you want to tell them on the meet, you said you were gonna get that?
Yeah,
You're gonna get
I'm gonna get yesterday's.
Okay. Well, what's the bill?
She said since it was your last, you was going out, we was gonna let you pay for it.
Okay, well, that'd be all right. I can do that.
No, she said she was taking care of it.
I might show up if that's the case.
That's it.
Can't pass up a free meal.
What's the date again on that?
The 7th, I believe, Friday.
December the 7th. Noon?
Cut small trees.
And we're playing Dirty Santa too, so.
Okay. What's the limit?
$10.
100.
There's so many trashy places down there, I can't pick out which one we're talking about.
But if you turn that Bowles, turn north.
Right there where I'm on.
Okay.
Across the old railroad bed.
Okay. The first street.
Thank you.
Well, turn right, and that's one comes out over there with the old concrete.
We'll come back when you see us longer.
Okay.
Yeah. As you turn right, off of Bowles Road, it's that first street on the right. About five.
About the only street then.
Yeah, about 5 houses on that street.
Headed back south.
Yeah, but east of what they do.
Or you head back towards 169?
Yeah.
That's back. I've never pulled over there. Like I said,
About
there's.
5 houses back there.
Yeah, it's just like a private lane. It's the
Yeah.
last house on the right back there.
Okay. Is it, so you're gonna be kind of in back behind that big old white house that has burnt? As soon as you cross the railroad bed, we're dead.
Yeah.
If you look to your right, there's a big old white house, and it's been on fire.
I didn't notice it. But it must be behind this house thing.
That's what I'm gonna say, it's about gotta be.
Okay.
There's so many, like I said, there's so many trashy places over there.
It's, you know, I mean, it's just a yard. I mean, the house is empty, but it's not falling down so bad, but it's just a yard. Now, we can get that bush hog for $150.
Do you have Eddie Wester's phone number? That's who needs to bid on it, bush hog sitting across the road.
I might have it on his page. I've done some work for him.
Or you want to call on that?
Yeah, I mean, what if y'all want to do then?
Oh, I don't care. I'm just saying, good grief, the whole thing.
The trees are on the south side of the house, just right up next to the house. So I guess he's just cleaning up right there beside the house.
On that bid, was he gonna dispose of the trees or just push it back and, what do you say?
So put it to the what?
To the southeast corner.
So back up there on the railroad bed, I'd say.
Yeah. That's probably.
So what do you wanna do? Cause I
I'll
mean, they
try
called us a
in
couple
yard.
months ago on it.
What?
What do you wanna do? Do you wanna move forward or do you want someone else to look at it?
Well, we definitely can't let anybody else know what that price is.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not fair.
I'm ready to rule. What are you gonna do?
Just whenever, I mean, they called us a couple months ago and I just like to get it resolved if we could.
We'll never get our money back if that's the
No,
case, but.
no, I mean, that's why I want to go with a smaller bid, because they'll never do anything. We'll just.
If you wanna do that, then you wanna talk to Medley again or the other guy? It doesn't matter to me.
I'll talk to Medley this evening.
Okay.
Gerald moved down there for that kind of money, dozed the whole dang house down.
Yeah. The neighbor wouldn't care.
I can't believe they ain't turned about a half a dozen of them down there. Eddie's old junk house won't look any better than what you're talking about, it sounds like.
Who?
Eddie. Huh? No, Westridge.
Oh, does he got a house down there?
Yeah. Kind of across the road from there.
You Yeah, I don't know him, I did meet him, but I don't know him very well. I took some riffraff on him.
I'll see you in the 10.
All right.
Yeah, get that done. Now we.
Right on that.
That's what I'm- You know, Rick, we were just talking about the tar and chip, and so I'll just send him a text in the middle of the night, let's see if I can.
I'm like, you know, what is texting you, but I haven't looked at that, I'm like, great, I'm gonna go back to sleep, I won't even take that.
I was hoping it would, yeah.
Joey's got a big job to do this one.
Not this winter. I've got Susie next spring yet, I think in April, I'm doing that overlay job on Grand Chain Road. And
There
then,
with the school.
and then shortly after that, I'll be doing a bridge, two bridges actually, one probably more towards the summertime and then one towards the fall.
Where is that?
Mount Sterling Road,
Yeah.
just down from the church, and one over by the forge. Yeah, it'll be a fairly busy year for projects next year.
Really?
I mean, we usually don't have three in one year, but I have three probably next year. Now, that one by the forge, it may not be to the following year, it's in that fiscal year where it's, you know,
Mid forward, or
yeah, the last half of next year and the first half of the following year, so that one could be another spring or something.
What's the name of that bridge? Is it too narrow?
By the forge?
Yeah. Still got the wood?
Wood piling and
Really?
wood abutment walls. They're all rotten. And, I mean, it's not rotted yet, but I mean, they're getting rotten. We don't have a whole lot of bridges left with wood underneath them, but we have a few. That's one of them that's probably in the worst shape, and carries a lot of, I mean, that carries a lot of load there.
Yeah.
In front of the plants.
Big.
I don't know how you want me to present them, but I've got some resolutions here for next year, you know, the normal resolutions that I've got the one to approve the county engineer's salary and expenses for 2019 based on got 4 copies of each that, 3 copies of each that you need to vote on each of them, and then Juanita just signs and seals them, certain that you all voted on at this meeting today. Second one is transferring funds from the county motor fuel account to the township motor fuel account. We do that every year. By law, according to the law, we can transfer up to 30%, just to supplement the money that we can spend on township roads. If everything is pretty good in our county highway system, so we've done that every year so far, and going to continue to do that. The amount there that we propose to transfer is next year is the same as this year, $67,500. That's the second resolution. All the copies are on top. And then the third one is just a resolution for maintenance on county highway system. I don't need a resolution for the maintenance on the township system, but I do on the county highway system. So that's just according to the budget that I submitted to you for the county highway system. $180,490 is going to be budgeted for maintenance on the county highway system. That's it. You want to vote on it individually or as a lump sum, or how you want to do that?
I move to approve these 3 resolutions.
I'll second.
Chief, Ms. Foley.
As long as you have approved, you don't need to sign it, and really just one need to sign it out on each of them. If I find out different, I'll bring it back to you. I don't think, I've done these several years, and some things need your signature and some don't. I'll
Yeah.
let you do.
I can't remember if we did or not, really.
Hope you got a while, Bill.
I'm sorry?
Hope you got a while. It's gonna take me a while.
Oh, yeah, I've got a while.
Those dump trucks doing all right.
Well,
You gotta bring it up every time.
I just gotta start something.
yeah.
Is that one still getting in trouble?
The one that we just, got, that was in the shop for like 6 months because we could not find the hydraulic pump. We had somebody to build us a pump. That was down again because I think the pump is okay, but something with all the valving inside of it needs to be changed because of the way it runs. I'd have to get George in here to explain it to you probably, because I can't explain
Well,
it.
why is it different than like mine?
This one type of pump and hydraulic system that they put on this was the only year I know that they did it. It wasn't the same conversion that we had for all the other trucks like Pittman Road did. This was a company, I can't remember the name of the company, out of Missouri that did it, and they went out of business since then, and nobody could find these things. Nobody can find the parts for that pump and that system. It's something like a continuously running hydraulic pump system. You don't actually turn the PTO on and off. It continuously runs all the time.
Huh.
And there's something with the valve.
That sounds like a problem.
Well, then what the advantage of that was?
There wasn't.
Sounds kind of dumb to me.
Where is it
Probably,
from?
they got these bargain pumps in
Mhm.
Taiwan or something probably and decided to use them and Here we are. And the 32 truck, we haven't got fixed yet. It's in the shop still. I mean, we're trying to take apart all the filter and everything to wash it out and everything to see if it'll stop being stuck in the regen mode, because the filter was completely clogged up. When we took it off, it was black inside, just with soot and all that in there. That was not right. Our 49 truck, the transmission went out in it. We're gonna try to get one of the other state trucks that we just purchased that's really they're not very good trucks. We're just gonna try to start robbing parts off of them to keep our 49 going. Let's see. I don't know. I guess that's it. Those 3 trucks are down now out of 6 or 7. So I guess in a nutshell, 50-50.
Those transmissions don't usually give much trouble, do they?
No, not usually. Allison transmissions, I mean, but they're,
Yeah.
yeah, they're. This one was a 95, I believe, so it's 23 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means anything or not, but. I mean, we're gonna try to do that work ourselves. You know, I don't know if George would be able to do it without having a lift and all, but he's gonna try to.
Well, you got Jack, don't you?
Jack, but we don't have a lift. I don't know.
Lift the truck up.
I don't know that if the transmission's hooked into so many other things and you can't get it up high enough with jacks to get it out from under there, then you're gonna have to go to the drawing board and do something different, but,
Dig a trench out there in the yard.
yeah.
Whatever it takes, huh?
But I'm sure they're resourceful enough that they'll get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Take that recovery, this big old crane, pick that truck up. I'm missing one somewhere. I don't know. It don't sound good.
One stack of bills to county highway. I went through. I don't have them in my stack.
It'd be past Carol, I think. He just passed them on.
Should have in my stack.
It's the thickest one and the most important one.
Hmm.
Got all the bills in it.
Isn't that one over there?
Here it is.
Right there?
There it is.
You can get that one. There's somebody there, I think. Man went by there, Jason, yesterday to see who's logging it. It's Tony Mathis.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it's my relative. He lives in our subdivision.
How he does it.
And he was not in there.
Somebody complained about the road.
No, he just noticed that there was somebody doing a bunch of logging up there on Westview Road.
I was up there looking at a house on Westview, and one of the logging going on.
Yeah, they got the county ditch box, don't they?
Yeah, they had some pallets or wood or whatever it is.
To be out to cross the ditch. I seen that the other day.
We got a sawmill in there?
No, they're just
On log.
How much is Tony getting logged out there, do you know?
I didn't talk to him, I don't know. I Matt didn't talk to him either, he just knew whose ground it was.
I'll text him later to him, what we send him the bill on the county road.
Makes it, well, yeah. If they don't restore it, I'd rather them just restore it to the way it was and leave it the way they found it. That way we don't have to go out there.
Good luck dealing with a load.
I know, they're
Man,
bad.
or something else.
They are bad. All right. Guess that's it for me, unless anybody else has anything.
We're good.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you.
See you all too.
Michelle, what you got?
I'll start with, I guess, the good stuff first. Our certificates in Marion with Chris Pulley, doesn't like to those out, but I had a conversation with him last week. So I'll get with him next week to get that. And here's the EMP grant. EMP grant for the year, submitted form, hasn't been approved yet, but I'll drop y'all a copy off, look over it.
Okay.
And I've been working on our communications, which I had a conversation with Gerald and Jason both over the last week. I want to move a little bit of money around. One item's $1,500 for portable radios, handheld radios, which I actually think Gerald hauled them from Scott Air Force Base up to around Springfield to the Ham Club.
Greensburg or Greenville, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that'll be 14 handhelds. So that'll give us, if we have an emergency, we're gonna need them out, it gives us a cash handheld radios. That's gonna be from, and the second item of business is for a ham radio for the office, $1,059. But the amount to move out is $1,000 from our publication line item.
So you're moving it from your publication
To an equipment line item.
to equipment line item, okay. That's all within your budget?
Yes.
Okay. Do we usually make a motion on that, or we just put in the minutes?
We usually make a motion.
Okay. Let Jeff and Gerald look at it, and one of them make a motion. That certificate you're talking about is a certificate of what?
Accreditation.
Accreditation. And is that good till?
2 years.
For 2 years, okay.
They'd stick in the letter, but they'd give like an extra certificate. Chris does trust into the mail, gets to get damaged.
Yeah, good deal.
And my other item real quick, on the EOC grant you asked me about yesterday.
Yes.
I emailed him after you left, and he said the claim was sent over to the comptroller on the 24th of October, so 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. That's, I don't know if you want to remind them, that's the one that we use the money and you're going to pay back when you get
Yes.
that in. Okay.
Other general fund.
All right.
We did one make a motion to transfer that money.
Did you make that motion, sir?
Yeah.
I'll second that.
You'll prepare for an earthquake in case we have one in the near future.
I'm trying to get there.
We heard we're going to get a chance.
Yeah, I hear there's a chance. I guess there's always a chance.
Gerald had some
Who has that information?
reliable information.
I know who had told us, but where did he get that information?
He had told me, I wrote it down, so I was gonna look into it,
Uh-huh.
but I left it down in the office or in my briefcase.
I see.
I just want you prepared, so we have, trying to get there.
You can't say you wasn't warned now, can you?
Yeah. But, with the ham radio, that's the radio, and been talking with Dr. Hicks out there at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
He's big in that Races and Aries clubs, emergency ham radio operators. He said anything, just a couple $100, that's something we can work on. Here, I guess when we get the radio in, they can do amazing things with the radio. They can use a piece of barbed wire in it. Never seen it done, but that's what I can. But that'll give us the, when we get our ham license, the ability to communicate with Springfield on the 39.05 band.
Well, now, this, he wanted to buy another radio for the school or something?
Well, the school's supposed to buying one. I haven't talked to Jason, but, I know the school's supposed to buying one in the hospital. They're working on the hospital.
That's what I'm
Gonna buy one.
Yeah.
Which I think I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe they're mandated by law to have one at the hospital and the nursing homes.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Hmm.
Chris is gonna give you an update.
Okay.
Alrighty. I don't know if you guys seen when you guys come in this morning, the lovely Christmas tree sitting out in the lobby.
Right, we see that.
The angels have been placed on it. They're all from the Guardian Domestic Violence Shelter. There was like 16, 17 angels that we have put on the tree. There's gonna be a couple more. We're waiting on some families to fill out the forms, and then Rita will be giving them over to, send them on over. Basically, you may come in, pick up an angel off the tree. The limit that we're sitting in place is $100 per angel.
Is that wrote on the card?
No, I'm gonna be putting out flyers around here. I just got that done last night.
Okay.
$100 per child is the maximum we're recommending everybody will spend per child. The end date is December 17th to have everything in by 1 p.m. The drop-off times can be Monday and Tuesday between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. at the emergency management office. Or you can, my number's on the door, and there's a paper on there on the tree, and you can call me or text. They can call or text, and if you have time to drop it off, either I'm at the sheriff's office or meet here or come to someone's house.
Okay.
They can drop it off wrapped or unwrapped, and then once we get all the gifts in, we'll sit in the time, get with Rita and with the families, and we can drop them off. So I'm trying to work with Ted and see if maybe we can get a couple of our deputies to come out with us as well, to deliver them. So hopefully we can make some nice Christmas.
It's a really nice gesture, and you all doing that.
Yeah, I made, to kind of make sure more of accountability standpoint of it, I made copies of all the angels.
Yeah.
So in case somebody was to just get an angel off and then not follow through with it, I can go and put it back on the tree
That's a good idea.
and go from there. But hopefully this year will go well. Now I am if somebody was to make a cash donation instead of actually going out and doing the shopping, how would we go about that? Would it go into the general fund, or who do we check out? How would that work?
I would think maybe you all would just be accountable for it, and you go out to buy the gifts for that child. I don't know how you.
Do I need to notify the court if we receive any donations, or, the board, excuse me?
I guess you can if you want, but sure it'd be a lot simpler if they don't do it that way.
They just take care of it.
You know?
True.
But, you might have that situation where people's just busy and rather donate.
Okay.
I'm sure you just try to do your best to be held accountable for it.
Okay. But if you guys know of anybody that's wanting to do an angel this year, I've seen a few of our departments have already picked off the tree. Some folks at the sheriff's office already as well. Just do it, and
Okay.
hopefully it turns out to be successful this year, and we'll go ahead and do it again next year.
Good deal. Yep. Good. So how many's total on the tree?
Right now, well, there was, when I put on there last night, it was 17.
Okay. Well,
So-
hopefully we'll get all 17 of them.
Yep.
Picked off.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
We'll see y'all later.
See ya. Thank you.
Uh-huh.